Hello, true crime family. I'm back. This story is one of the saddest stories that I've ever heard about, and it touched me in so many different ways. I cried. I was appalled. I was angry. It just mixed so many emotions in me. It made me really think about just how awful we are to one another, especially women. You just wouldn't believe it. Women hating on women. It's really bad in the medical field too. And with me being an older person, I try to teach the younger nurses and younger people that, you're not here to score brownie points. We all make mistakes. We look out for each other. We help each other. It just amazes me how jealousy is so evil and ugly, and the things people do because of jealousy. It just breaks my heart. So I'm going to talk about Shaquella Robinson and the nightmare she experienced. But first of all, I want to talk about her. I was so impressed with this gal. She's 25-year-old young entrepreneur from Charlotte, North Carolina. She had her own online boutique. She had her own braiding salon. She was a hustler. She busted her butt to get where she was today. She went to high school, had a wonderful family, thought she had a wonderful group of friends. A dad that loved her, a mom that loved her. She was a cheerleader. She was sweet and kind and helpful and loving and absolutely beautiful. Oh, she was just so beautiful, and the beauty was natural, and you could look into her eyes and basically look into her heart. She just seemed so sweet. So she was invited to go to a trip to Mexico for a long weekend, Cabo. It was a villa that they rented, and it was large. It had marble floors. It was gorgeous. It had a swimming pool, a private chef. And, when Shaquella got there, she looked like she was happy and, excited to be there. They were going to celebrate a friend's birthday. And there were 6 of these friends, so-called friends, that took this trip. And this is the other thing I'm really mad about. I'm really, really angry because I didn't hear anything about this case until 3 days ago. Why? This was one of the worst cases I've ever seen with my eyes, of friends doing this to one individual. And it never came up on my feed. I look at true crime stuff all day long, and I just saw this 3 or 4 days ago. I'm really angry about that. That has to change, because you know what? We're all humans. We're humans. Don't judge somebody by shades, Judge somebody by the way they treat you. If someone treats you good and they're kind, that's all that matters. We're all humans. And we need to be good humans. We need to look out for each other and love one another. You know what? What's up with all this hate? Are we really in this ugly place? Is this where we're going with one another? Shit, nobody can have a relationship anymore. Families barely get together in some areas. It's heartbreaking. We have to change this. We can change this. So angry. I'm mad that the national media hasn't covered this until the last couple days. This is a disgrace. And it has to change. I'm sending prayers and love to her family. My heart aches for her mom and her dad. The pain, you can just see it. You can feel it. This little girl did it all the right way. She made it through high school. She made it through college. She made a success of her life. And she was just starting. Did you see how beautiful she was? Oh, man. Man. So, they all get there on the 28th. And excuse me, probably be jumping around in this a little bit too, because I'd have to stop and start over and stop and start over, and I apologize, but let me just get going. So on the 28th, she arrived with her so-called friends, and there's a video of her, saying, walking through the villa, hey y'all, let's go out and go for a swim. And, she's looking through rooms and video recording, and, you can hear people in another room off in a distance, and she's talking. So, probably because she's trying to find them all because they were supposed to go for a swim. And she gets in a room, and it was like thick. Ooh. And she's trying to joke and be so sweet and happy, let's go. And this chick in the blue dress or whatever she was in, that was Dijon. Wait, I can say this. Dejanay. I got it. Dejanay with her smirk. And the look on her face when Shaquella walked into the room, and the feeling that you felt, it was a weird vibe. But she was still cheerful and wanting to go. Well, then the next thing you know, I come across the video of paper cut. Dejanay just beating this girl. I'm not gonna call this a fight. It was not a fight. It was a beatdown. Dejanay just kept beating on her and beating on her. And okay, so that was the Dejanay video. And then someone also said that there was a Winter video, and Winter supposedly was the last fight, and that's when she never woke up, but we'll get there. Okay, so anyhow, on the fight happened, and on the 29th, Shaquella's mom received a call from one of the so-called friends stating that her daughter had alcohol poisoning. She told them to take her to the ER, and they said they needed $5,000 to take her to the ER. But the mama said she has insurance, and they're like, oh, no, we need $5,000. Sure you did. For your own pockets. Oh, God, I can't believe this. Her mom said, Well, she has health insurance, but they still insisted that they needed the $5,000 since it was out of the country. She said, have her call me as soon as she feels better. Later that afternoon, it was said that a friend called back and told her she had passed away. But these friends are lying, because she didn't have alcohol poisoning. And she didn't just pass away from alcohol poisoning. That was not a fight. A fight is two people beating each other. This was one person just beating this girl in the face, in the head, swinging her around. And oh my God, I've never seen anything like that. These are supposed to be friends, long-time friends. The mother was told, you know, and the law enforcement in Mexico believed the girl, supposedly, that the friend died of alcohol poisoning. The mother began hearing different stories. She also saw the video, so she requested an autopsy report. This is where it all began. Mysteriously, wait a minute. Let me see if I got this right. Yep. Mysteriously, she passed away. I think that these people were driven by jealousy. They viciously attacked her. There was so much hate and hatred. Oh, God. I just think about the successful boutique that she had and the hair braiding. She did a lot of little girls, and I just can see her in there doing their hair and joking with them. And I'll bet you so many of those little girls looked up to her. Oh. The law enforcement in Mexico, well, this happened in October, so we're a month later, which is a disgrace. A month later, and we're talking about this. We should have been talking about this. Anyhow, they did the autopsy. The autopsy came back that she had a severed spinal cord injury, an atlas fluxation, video showing her viciously attacked. Dejanay Jackson, friends standing around and watching this beating. And who? Her best friend. Let's see what his name is. The best friend. What is his name? I think you pronounce it Kali. Kali. That's right. Kali is supposed to be her best friend. I mean, her very best friend. You saw videos of them joking. They went on trips together. And I'm sure she was so kind that she paid for a lot of that stuff because this dude didn't have a job. Yeah, not really, you know. And so you can hear him in the video during this vicious attack say, Quayla, can't you at least fight back? Meekly, Shaquella said no. She said no, and she never, ever, not once raised a finger at this girl. She just sat there. She did not fight back as this other woman just pounded. You could hear it pounding and pounding. Oh, I wish I could have been there. Ooh. And she meekly said, no, I'm not going to fight back. There's a video of her searching for them. Oh, I already told you that. Yes, I told you to jump around a little bit. Okay. There was another post that was floating around for a minute, and this Dejanay, she sent this post, supposedly. These are all my opinions. This is all for entertainment. And she sent these posts out there. One of the posts was she was not the one who did it. She said, we would be so surprised to know the real reason. Second post, here is the thing: you all are coming for me and don't know what happened. The reason why I am putting my Cash App down is because people want the scoop or what happened, and I am not going to just offer that information up. No, because she wanted paid for her information. That's why she took her Cash App down, because she was getting so much damn grief. Because what? You think we want to pay you for your story when it's going to be nothing but a lie? You're a beast. You are a disgrace. You had shit going for you. You were a very pretty woman too. Why can't you embrace what your friend is doing? And when you do something, she'll embrace you back. But first, you got to do something with your life. Guess what? That little degree you got for the medical field, well, guess what? You're never going to see the medical field now. You done fucked up your life. Yes, you did. We don't want your damn scoop. Y'all are lying anyhow. Man, I am not. Okay, so what they say I am: Winston-Salem State University grad, aspires to be in healthcare. No, she wants to be in healthcare management. Puh! Yeah, you're going to be in management, managing how to, keep yourself alive in that Mexican prison. You could have had it. Could have done something with your life. Yep. Okay. Mr. Wiggins, he said he arrived on the 29th at 2:15 Mexico time on the 29th. He arrived at the villas at 3:26, but that's not what your airline ticket says. Is it, Mr. Wiggins? He was told that Shaquella just didn't feel well because she had alcohol poisoning. So you know what Mr. Wiggins did? He put on some soft music and sat down and was rubbing her head as she lay there unconscious, right? Oh, what a friend. What a friend. He said he didn't see a fight. He didn't know about a fight. He sat with her and waited for the nurse to arrive. No nurse was even called. Lies, 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 Mr. Wiggins. There are so many inconsistencies. From the time he walked through the door of that villa, he was a part of it because he did not seek assistance for her, his friend. You did not seek assistance. Did I get that name right? Or was it Kali? The best friend. You know who you are. I may have gotten that one wrong. But you're all in trouble. You're all losers. None of you are her friends. And you all should be ashamed of yourself. So the dude that said he was rubbing her head, you're a part of it. You're all a part of it. How could he not see that she was beat when he was supposedly rubbing her head? She had bumps on her, busted lip, bump on her head. Jesus, what's the matter with people? Yeah, So, Nazar, is that right? No. Kali, her best friend, forever. A best friend since 2014. She loved him. He, not as a lover, as a friend. He went to her house on family trips. Her mama said, we treated him like he was a part of the family. Total betrayal. Total. You are one pathetic person, my friend. Their parents are not giving up. They're demanding answers. Dejanay said she will come in and talk about what happened if she is paid. It was also said Dejanay knew Shaquella and they had been friends since childhood. How, man? That poor girl, she probably didn't even know. All this time, they were planning. They were planning this. This was a setup. This was an absolute setup for this poor girl. They all came there to set her up. Oh, man. These girls were jealous. They were jealous of her. They were jealous of her business, her success, her beauty, her innocence. Man. Supposedly started the fight. Let's see, what started it? Something about a guy back home started this fight, but we don't know. That's just a rumor, and I'm going to leave it at that because there's a lot of rumors going around in this story. The best friend went to the mother's house, and the sister said, did you tell my sister? No, she died of alcohol poisoning. Tuesday, the video came out. Wednesday, the mom got the autopsy report. And prior to her getting that autopsy report, the best friend, Khalid, and even Dejanay went over to the mom's house. Oh, I love you. I'm so sorry. She passed away of alcohol poisoning for 4 days. And when that autopsy report came out, guess what? She never saw him again. Man. Ugh. So then we all found out that there's another video. So in the beginning, everybody thought that it was just Dejanay. And Dejanay's like, I didn't do it. I didn't kill her. Winter killed her. Because there's a second video of Winter grabbing her by the neck and throwing her down on the marble floor. After that, Shaquella never moved again. So, oh man. We now know the FBI is involved, which we are thankful for. It took long enough. And they opened a case. We also seen a report that there's much controversy. This is actually written in the newspaper in Mexico. This is in the Mexico newspaper. I can't remember the name of it. It was written, and it was stating that a doctor was called, and Winter called that doctor over. And the doctor went over, and everyone's like, oh, she got alcohol poisoning. And the doctor looked her over and, knew that she was not responding verbally. And so she decided, well, she probably needs if she's got alcohol poisoning, she probably needs to be rehydrated. So I'm just going to go ahead and establish an IV and administer some IV solution to rehydrate her and give her some electrolytes. But the doctor was unable to establish that IV. Imagine that. When can a doctor establish an IV? So the doctor recommended that Shaquella be taken to the hospital /clinic. But the friend said, no, we'll just treat her here. She'll be okay. After 3 hours, she became bradycardic. That means she has a low pulse. She had low respers. She went into cardiac arrest. Winter then, the doctor's still there, and they gave some breaths. Winter called 911. The ambulance arrived. They did some, I think it was like 6 injections of adrenaline, which is, yeah, that's a lot of injections of adrenaline. I mean, it's not really gonna hurt you that much, but I think they did 16 rounds of CPR, and the AED sparked her several times with no avail. So that AED machine, they have them in restaurants and, you know, hanging on the wall. And if anybody ever goes, you know, into cardiac arrest and you can't get a pulse, you grab it off the wall. It pretty much opens up, tells you, oh, hey, this is what you do. You get a patch here, a patch back here. And then you tell the AED to analyze. You turn it on, tell it to analyze. Well, of course you call 911. And, you know, the thing reads the heart rhythm and it'll say, no need to shock. Begin CPR. So then you'll do another round of CPR. Okay. And then it's like, stand back. You say, all clear. And the AED analyzes her again. And they're like, oh, shock advised. 1, I'm clear. 2, you're clear. 3, we're clear. Boom. And a spark. She gets sparked, right? And they did that 6 times, and they couldn't get her back. They couldn't get her back. Breaks my heart. So the doctor called the time of death at 17:57, which is almost 6 p.m. Now, the law enforcement was informed, and things just didn't add up with what the doctor was saying, with what the time on the autopsy said, you know, what the law enforcement said, what the friends said, so-called friends. Things just weren't adding up. Nothing added up. These times didn't work. And what the hell is the doctor doing there for 3 hours? Why wasn't she transported way before the 3 hours? Then they noticed there was a little bit of discrepancies with 2 of the law enforcement officers that were there on scene. And who else? The friends were all lying, they said. The other thing the newspaper in Mexico said was the doctor didn't add up. Oh, and the Villa Hotel employees, they were all lying as well. So the hotel wants to cover it up because what's their business down there? Tourism. That whole Baja all the way down to Cabo is all tourism. That Mexico is a very, very poor country. I don't know if you've ever been there, but the first time I was there, I cried. And I couldn't give my money away fast enough because I felt so bad. Little kids running up to you trying to shine your shoes when you don't even have shoes to be shined, just tennis shoes. Then you give them $1 and they flip over a naked picture to get even more dollars because the guys you're with laugh. It's heartbreaking. I hated it. You don't know how lucky we are here. And we can't treat one another right. We can't be happy because somebody gets a new job. We can't, you know, give love because, you know, somebody just had a baby or somebody's being as successful as Shaquella was. I would be so proud. Her parents have to be so proud of that girl. I'm proud of that girl. And you know who I was thinking about? I was thinking about those other 6, those Cabo 6, those frenemies. What are their parents like? That's all I'm going to say. Because I know what Shaquella's parents are like. I know what her sister's like. I saw the pain in their eyes and I felt it in their heart. It came to me. I felt their pain. violence. Is that all we know? Why is it so hard to be peaceful and loving in this world? Everywhere you turn, and it's young people. The hell? So, with all those discrepancies with the doctor, the law enforcement officials, the, villa/hotel, they also look at Shaquella's bank account and found out her friends just took her for 10 grand on top of it. Her freaking friends stole 10 grand out of her bank account. Why? They probably had to pay off those government officials down there. You see? Because they all get payoffs. And it wouldn't surprise me if one of those dudes, one of those frenemies, knew somebody in Mexico and said, hey, man, you want to get this done? You bring it down here. Say she died of alcohol poisoning. You throw us a couple, 3 grand each, and we'll cover for you. And nobody will even know. But thank you, Jesus, that somebody took those videos. And thank you again, Jesus, that they had the balls to put them online. Because if they didn't, these animals would be getting away with Shaquella's tragic murder. Yep. So, she was set up. She's never going to get to walk down the aisle. That's one of the things her dad said. He's not going to get to walk his baby down the aisle. I have spent 3 days thinking about this girl. That's how it was with Kylie when she first went missing. And what else is really interesting about this case? Where did it take place? Mexico. Who has ties to Chucky? Mexico. See how these people got paid off? The doctor got paid off to say this. The 2 law enforcement dudes got paid to say this. These friends. Shaquella paid for that villa. She paid for that villa. And they were staying there on her dime. You would think they would be gracious enough and thankful just for that she shared that with them. Nope, they weren't. They always want to ride on the back of somebody else's success, happiness, or they want to bring you down. If they're not happy, you ain't going to be happy. Oh, yeah, that looks good when it don't look good. Or you find yourself a wonderful, wonderful man to be with, and they constantly put him down because they're jealous of you. They're jealous of everything you have, and you always find yourself downplaying yourself to make them fit in for their own ugliness. Because you're a good person, and you're kind, and you're sweet, and that's how Shaquella was. So when you're a friend like that, you sometimes make yourself smaller to make them look bigger because you don't want them to feel bad. But these bitches, they didn't care. Nope. And I don't like to cuss. Sometimes when I get mad. But this case just breaks my heart in so many ways. And I just pray that you all agree with me. And I pray that, this girl gets justice. Shaquella Robinson, I hope she's happy in heaven and she rests in peace. And I'm going to pray for her mom and dad and her family because they're a wonderful family. Oh, my grandson's going to be so mad at me. Yes, he's a basketball player. They have a GoFundMe page because Shaquella, it took, where did that go? Where did it go? It took the body 2 weeks, the family, 2 weeks to get her body home. Cost $6,000 to get her body home. The other thing is the FBI, I got to find that one paper. The FBI told the mom and dad, you need to get yourself a good private investigator and a good lawyer. Well, guess what? That shit ain't cheap. No, it's not. So, they started a GoFundMe page. And oh my gosh, this basketball player, I feel so bad for the basketball player. Gosh darn it. You all will tell me in the comments, you know who I mean. And I'll bring it next time because this fella, gosh, what was it? I think he donated $65,000 to her family. I think he started out first with 15 and then he added another 50,000. And he did it anonymously. He did not say, yo, I'm this great basketball player. Here's $65,000. Aren't I a wonderful person? Nope. He did it. And somebody else was digging to see who all donated. And that's when they found out he donated. And that's how you do it. You want to do something nice for somebody? You know what? My family, when we go out to eat, if we see somebody has a veteran's hat on or something like that, we tell the waitress, buy his dinner, but don't tell him who did it. And that's happened to us too. And that feels so good because you pay it forward. Anyhow, one more thing. There was a lawyer that came on one of the shows today. And she stated, because it happened in Mexico, the U.S. has no jurisdiction unless they're invited by the Mexican government. So they can be a part of it, but they have to be invited by Mexico. But the FBI has still got an open case and are looking into it. And I think the Mexican officials and government is going to work with the FBI. And these guys that did this, you are going to have some fun down in those prisons. And let me tell you something. If any of you are going to decide to watch my video, the first one who talks, guess what? They get the deal. So if I was old, I think it was, Kahali or whatever the best friend's name is, the one who filmed. If I got the names wrong, I'm sorry. I don't have my phone and I can't keep track. But the one who was holding the camera, if I was him, because no matter what, he is an accessory because he's filming it and he didn't get the girl help. He didn't stop the fight. So guess what? If you go right now, you be the first one and you go roll on everybody else, guess what? You're walking. The first one to snitch always walks. So I'm going to pray for this family. I'm going to pray for this justice. I want to see this justice. I really do. And I'm going to pray that we can all start being better humans to one another. Just remember that word, humans. You know, that's all you have to remember. And that we're all of the same, okay? We all came from the same. We're all the same. We're all connected. Anyhow, it's late and I haven't been to bed since yesterday because I worked third shift and they took the tree down today. So I'm getting tired. So I'm probably not going to get another video out tonight, but I have some notes on the Idaho. That's another one that breaks my heart. But I think the cops have it all wrong, and I'm going to spill my guts and tell you what I think. I think they got this one all wrong. And I can't wait to talk to you about it. I can't wait to read your comments. And it always gives me inspiration because there's times when I feel like I just want to drop off, you know, and, you know, you guys don't need me, but you do need me, right? So shout out to all those other creators out there. I think I'm so proud of most of the people that are out here trying to help push these cases, and I hope that Shaquella is important enough to all of you, because it's an interesting case, and she really needs justice. So y'all have a happy Thanksgiving. If I don't see you before then, God bless you. Let's pray for peace and harmony, and make all the evil go away. And please say a prayer for Shaquella and her mom and dad and her family. Y'all have a blessed night.